Extreme Foolishness TV here. This is where I talk about extreme foolishness that goes on around you. A TikToker by the name of Keith Lee came to Atlanta to check out the Atlanta restaurant scene. And what I've been saying all along, these Atlanta restaurants show themselves. First of all, my focus would be not all Atlanta restaurants because a lot of Atlanta restaurants, they do a good job. But the focus would be a lot of these black-owned restaurants will serve a predominantly black clientele. They are all the same. They have one thing in common. They have overpriced food, terrible customer service, no identity. They serve the same food. It's usually shrimp and grits, fried catfish and grits. You know they're going to have lamb chops and the infamous chicken and waffles. No identity. It's the same thing, same thing. I love this Atlanta restaurants. They serve lamb chops so much. Everywhere you go is lamb chops, lamb chops, lamb chops. I have seen so many lamb chops in my life. Anytime I go to a grocery store or anytime I go to another restaurant and I see lamb chops on the menu, it brings back trauma of overindulgence, over visualizing lamb chops. There's one common denominator amongst all these restaurants. They have an overpriced menu. They have terrible customer service. They have do's and don'ts. They have all these rules that you have to study, comprehend, and take an exam just to go eat at your restaurants. I'm just trying to eat. I'm not trying to take another test or study for an exam just to go eat at your dusty establishment. Despite having terrible customer service and overpriced food, if you ask these restaurants, what am I going to get for all this money I'm paying? What kind of customer service I am going to get for what I'm paying? Despite your restaurant being average at best. If you ask them, what do I get for the 18% automatic 18% to 20% gratuity that you're going to charge me? What do I get? What will you bring to the table? This restaurant will say, I am the table. And if this restaurants give you the terrible customer service, waitress, servers who are not trained, and if you complain, you dare not complain, because if you complain to the management or any of the staff, they will call you toxic. If you're a man, they will call you a toxic man. If you're a woman, they'll call you a toxic woman. These restaurants do not know what is called servitude or customer service. Boy, oh boy, you know I was going to go here. You know I was going here. These restaurants, you know they already have terrible customer service. Most of their servers have terrible attitudes. But wait till they get that green wall or that grass wall. Oh my God. And don't let them have the neon lights with the motivational quotes on them, like live life to the fullest. Just drink and be happy. Don't let them have the green wall, because the attitude will not be on steroids. That green wall now brings the bourgeoisie out of this service. Don't you know we got a green wall back there? Don't you see the neon lights with the motivational quotes? Now you can't tell them nothing about after that green. You cannot tell them nothing once they get that green wall. So if I go to a lot of places and I see the green wall, I'm out of the door. And you better not wear something new to those brunch places, because you didn't go in smelling nice. I guarantee you, once you come out, you're going to be smelling like hooker. And the music is usually so loud, you're going to lose your hearing just trying to eat some eggs and some pancakes. I remember my first time trying to go to one of those brunch places in Atlanta. I couldn't get in the first time. The line was long. I left. I don't wait in lines to go anywhere unless I'm waiting in line to collect money. I went to another restaurant, another one of these brunch places. The line was so long. I'm like, hold on. Did I go? Is this a polling place? Is the election, is the presidential election going on? What is going on here? A lot of them want to charge you to park, expensive parking, all this. So before you go to eat brunch, you got to think about all the stress you got to deal with. And some of those folks will increase your blood pressure if you have blood pressure problems. You better not ask these restaurants folks to treat you with respect and courtesy. A lot of them act as though they're doing you a favor. Because if you demand any form of respect or customer service from them, they will tell you, I am the price. Bottom line is that as customers, you are the ones who have the power. If you go to a place where you're not being treated well, where the attitude of the service are bad, don't give them your money. Don't support them. If you keep going to those places, they think that, hey, they are really the prize. So they're not going to change their attitudes. So my hats out to this TikTok reviewer, Keith Lee, who came out here and at least shed some light on how a lot of these Atlanta brunch places operate. A lot of them are dusty. A lot of them are not worth it. It's not that much stress in the world just to eat some flour, sugar, and some eggs. I'm sorry. I'd rather go to Waffle House and get me some T-bone steaks and some eggs with good customer service. People you know, at least they're trying to serve you, who appreciate your money, who appreciate the tips that you will give them. I'd rather go spend my money with the Waffle House people. A lot of them are hardworking servers who, even if you give them $2, $3, $4, $5, they'll be the nicest folks in the world. A lot of those restaurants, these brunch places, they're too bougie, they're too paparazzi. A lot of the times they cater to celebrities or people who have some form of influence or notoriety. They feel like the people who don't have any influence or notoriety are not worthy of respect and courtesy. That is just how they think. A lot of these folks think opening a restaurant is a money grab. They're not into the business of service or servitude. They just want to get as much money because they know that Atlanta is a hot spot. People will come from out of town. They will patronize these restaurants. Either they have good customer service or not. Either their food is overpriced or not. Count me out. I'll go to Waffle House. I'll go to any other restaurant that treats me with the respect I deserve because I'm a paying customer. The power of the purse is the most important power as a customer. I'm a business owner too. I treat my clients with respect and courtesy, irrespective of their socioeconomic background. Everyone should be treated with the same courtesy and dignity. So if you don't like how you're being treated, go elsewhere. If you keep supporting these places, they're not going to change. Thank you very much for listening. Let me know what you feel in the comments. As usual, stay safe out there, my lovely people. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.